Put quite simply, Superhot takes the first-person shooter genre and turns it on its head. Most shooters, to this day, are entirely Twitch-based affairs. Even games like Halo, that are more about learning how to react strategically to a wide array of different situations, ultimately come down to your ability to pull off accurate shots within very tight time constraints. But Superhot is almost entirely strategic. The only point at which time moves forward in Superhot is when you are moving. Your shots still need to be accurate, but you have all the time in the world to set them up. But freezing time does more than making it easy to pull off headshots. It allows the developers to craft some incredible scenarios that will require insane split-second timing if played through at full speed. But in slow motion, you can pull off some of the most amazing things before watching them play back again at full speed once you've beaten the level. But I had mostly come to expect those things, thanks to the game's original 2013 prototype. Where the game ended up surprising me was its narrative, which is presented almost entirely through an emulation of a generic command line operating system. It's not an incredibly original story, and you can kind of see the twists coming from a mile away, but it does go places I never would have expected such a mechanics-heavy game to go, and it's certainly more insightful and engaging than most of the stories you'll find in other first-person shooters. Still, while that narrative did a great job of linking all the game's levels together, as well as helping make sense of what was happening, Superhot is at its best when you're playing it, and is one of those games I wish would keep going. A game that plays so well that even after the game reached its natural conclusion, I just wanted more of it. More of a core mechanic, more levels, more of the art style, just more. And that's directly related to most of my issues with the game. Primarily, I do wish that the main story mode had more to it, which is not to say I didn't feel satisfied with it. Superhot closes the book on its core mechanic in the time it has, rapidly iterating on the basic idea with new weapons as well as new ways to use them in such a way that you're never really bored. Just about every level does something new, whether it's a slight change or something drastically different. It never stops being interesting. And perhaps that's better than it being longer, but that doesn't really stop me from wanting it to be so. The game does make an attempt to keep you engaged after the credits roll in a form of both an endless mode and a challenge mode. And while taking on the challenge mode's unique mutations across the game's existing levels can be a whole lot of fun, the endless mode feels a bit lifeless without the ability to compete against your friends' scores. In fact, the only way you have to share an impressive run with your friends is the built-in clip sharing system, which is really neat in theory, but also decidedly low res, and ultimately served to make me wish there was a way to record runs using my own software without an obtrusive overlay getting in the way of the action. But where the game lacks in quantity, it makes up for in quality of gameplay. Superhot takes the stale genre that is the first-person shooter and mixes it up in all the right ways, singling itself out as a wholly unique experience that is absolutely worth playing. If you like this review, I do 2 reviews every week, one of a retro game and one of a more modern game that people may have missed. So if you want a constant stream of reviews, be sure to subscribe. If you like this video in particular, be sure to hit that like button. And if you have an idea for a game I should review in the future, be sure to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.